A legal battle seems to be brewing between one of Ghana's telecommunications companies, that is Telecel, and an individual right here in Ghana. So that is what this video is about. We're about to talk about the lawsuit. So if you're here, thank you for joining us. My name is Nelson Kofi, and this right here is the News God. We do upload content every day, so do make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share so that we can be having more of these discussions. So let's get into it immediately. Now, a lady by name Faustina Djagbele Abbey is suing Telecel, Telecel, formerly Vodafone, for a breach of privacy concerns. Apparently, or allegedly, Telecel had used her picture in promoting one of their newest products, which was launched beginning of this year. That's called the Red Safe initiative, where you would deposit some money and then gain some interest. Apparently or allegedly, Telecel had used this trader's picture to promote that initiative or that product without her consent or without her request, and so she is filing a lawsuit. Let's talk about the genesis of how she found out about this issue, or this breach of privacy as it's termed. So she's a trader near Makola. You all know Makola. She happens to sell onions, and she's a mother of 3 adult children. So it came to her notice that people had started treating her differently, showering in praise on her, just the a very different treatment from what she usually received. And it felt very weird to her that all of a sudden people were had just changed. In addressing her, people would just praise her and assume that she's somebody of a high social standing than before. And so she decided to investigate the issue, and so she asked questions and sought explanations as to why people all of a sudden changed the way they approached her. And then she found out that her picture had been used on billboards, television stations promoting a product by Telecel Ghana. And immediately she was uncomfortable because, according to her, she had no knowledge about this initiative or this product or this picture that Vodafone or Telecel was using to promote their product. And so then she filed a lawsuit, and she's been represented by one Bernard Oredu Donko of Thompson Law Consult, and she's seeking 6 million Ghana cedis in damages. Well, Telecel has responded to the lawsuit, and I want to be very precise with what they are saying, so let me just read it out to you. But before that, let me read from the filing what the lady is demanding, or what the woman who happens to be the plaintiff is demanding from Telecel. A declaration that the defendant has violated and invaded the privacy and personal liberties of the plaintiff by using the photograph of the plaintiff to project, market, and advertise the Telecel Red Safe product on numerous platforms, including social media, without the consent of the plaintiff. That's the first one. A second one is a declaration that the defendant has violated and abused the image rights of the plaintiff by using the photograph of the plaintiff to project, market, and advertise the Telecel Red Safe product in numerous platforms, including social media, without the consent of the plaintiff. An order directed at the defendant to pay an amount of 2 million Ghana cedis as compensation to the plaintiff. An order directed, this is the fourth one I'm reading, an order directed at the defendant to pull down all billboards, social media, and traditional media advertisements of the Telecel Red Safe which have the photograph of the plaintiff, costs inclusive of solicitors' fees, any other relief as the Honorable Court deems fit. So basically, she wants Telecel to acknowledge the emotional distress or whatever uncomfortable situation that she's been put through. She wants them to acknowledge that. On top of that, she's seeking 6 million Ghana cedis, and that is 2 million Ghana cedis, pardon me, 2 million Ghana cedis, and that is 20 billion cedis if you're, an old soul. And She's also asking that all the pictures of her that are on billboards, on traditional and social media should be pulled down. And so that is the conversation we want to have. So this is what is happening right now. And like I said, I want to read out to you how Telecel is responding to this. Right after this, I would like you to comment your opinions. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about the story so far. So this is posted by Makola Market actually. It's sort of a representation of how Vodafone or Telecel is responding. So Makola Market is just acting as a medium to communicate to viewers or the audience what Telecel thinks of this. So it says, legal claim over alleged unauthorized use of photograph. Telecel Ghana has become aware of media reports of a legal claim filed by Madam Faustina Djagbele Abbey, alleging the use of her photograph without her consent in relation to our Telecel Red Safe product campaign. We are currently reviewing the details of this claim to establish the facts. We wish to assure the public that we take matters of privacy, imagery consent, and intellectual property seriously. We appreciate the public's understanding as this process runs its course. Now, this is also a matter that's currently hot in court. Well, it's still in court. It's in court currently, so we do not want to probe too much into it. We cannot take any sides yet because we cannot determine whether the claims of the plaintiff are accurate. So we're just going to do what we can do, and that is wait for the court's decision and how this plays out. But I want to ask you, would you sue if you found out that your picture or video was posted online or on billboards, traditional social media, anywhere without your consent, your picture being used to promote something? So in that case, whoever is doing the posting may be making some sort of money. What would be your reaction to that situation? Let us know in the comments below. And this has been a recount of the legal battle that's currently occurring. I don't think I should call it a battle, but I think it's a battle. It's a battle. So yeah, that's what's currently happening in the Accra High Court right now. Telecel, or should I say Madam Faustina versus Telecel, who wins this legal battle? And based on what I just spoke about, if you have any sort of prediction of who you think is going to win this battle, kindly do let us know in the comments below. And have you ever encountered any of this, a matter like this, first hand, second hand, however? Let us know in the comments. Anything you feel or think, you can let us know in the comments below. My name is Nelson Kofi, and this is the News God. Thank you for watching.